Factory 5 Roadster is 6882. Let's do an update. Okay, the motor is obviously in. We did that a couple weeks ago. That went in with a couple friends, and it went in pretty easily. The transmission hit the transmission support bar, so we had to take that out. But once we did, it went in quite nicely. So that didn't turn out to be a big deal. It was a little tricky to get the motor mounts to fit. Well, not to fit, but these little notches here, there's one on the other side, to get them down in these grooves. The other side especially, was not close to being in. I'm referring to this little guy right here. So what I ended up doing was loosening the bolts to the motor and having them, let's see, how did we do that? We loosened the bolts in the motor, we loosened this nut here, and then this was loose. We tightened this up, the motor mount, to the bracket with that little notch in that spot. And I'm talking about the little protrusion there that goes through that slot. And then we tightened back up the bolts to the motor. And that got us seated properly. So that wasn't a big deal. Let's see, I've just finished putting in, just tonight, this driver's side header and this dipstick and the clutch cable and a little bit of the Phi-Tech system and this crankshaft pulley. A few days ago we did the what is that called? Remote. I'm a little tired, so that's going to be my excuse for not finding the words. And let's see, what else did we do? Just trying to get some of the wiring up. Just put the spark plug wires on just to try to get fitted, see how everything looks. Tighten up the spark plug wires. All the header bolts are torqued now. We had an EGR delete right here. This was a 5/8 flanged, well, I'm not really sure what that's called, but this is a 5/8 flange cap that to put on. It's actually brass threaded on there. It went on okay. I tried a JIC first, but that didn't work out well. So that flange nut at Lowe's actually worked. Thanks for the guys on the forum that steered me that direction. The dipstick. This is an aftermarket dipstick because the stock dipstick, once I've moved the headers, swapped the headers from one side to the other, I could not get that dipstick to fit in here, and I was wrangling it all around, and I was bending it up through here, but this white line right here on the tubing is where my driver's side aluminum, or my accelerator side aluminum, you know what I'm talking about, wall is going, and I want to expand it out a little bit, and that other dipstick wasn't allowing that. Bought this from Summit. Look through here. It's a flexible dipstick, so that worked out nicely. So let's see what else. We had some clutch fork issues, but that seems to be resolved. And let's see, so I zip tied the clutch cable to the motor mount over there, cut off that bracket that came with this clutch cable that was right here, cut that off. This is an adjustable clutch cable, and I also have a firewall adjuster here. We've got this, I tried this clutch cable in this position. This seemed to be not good for me, so put it in this position and it feels really good now. Let's see, what else? I just love looking at it, really. I'm glad to finally get it into the car. Did the ground strap on this side. As I was tightening up the ground strap, it started twisting on me, so I tried my best to keep it from twisting. And then I ate away at the powder coating down there and put a, what's that lock nut called? It's a star washer, I believe, where it digs into it. Put that on there. This is for the Phytech for the oxygen sensor that's going to be in my J-pipe. The J-pipe is going to come right around here, and there's an oxygen sensor there for the Phytech. I'm not really sure how to route it down. I'm trying to hide the cables. I just don't know enough about motors right now to know if that's really going to be in the way. I'm trying to keep it someplace cooler, I guess. I guess I can go around the back. Huh, look at this. I just